been a while. This is Vic. Vic's World used to be Vic's Media. Well, the big news this week is Qantas. Once a proud Australian company, used to employ people, serve a lot of people. What's it done now? Oh, that's right. The guy that we were always suspicious of, and we actually served papers on Qantas a few years back, Rocco and a few other people and myself. Turns out that he hasn't been doing all that well as managing. What would you do? Would you allow somebody that managed your group in that way? You decide if it's good or bad. Would you give them a golden handshake? Well, I'm glad for one that I don't have a ticket on the Qantas lounge, the VIP lounge. But I was talking to a good friend of mine who also was an Indigenous elder, and he claims it could be, we're not saying it is, could be that the Qantas VIP lounge is in fact on significant Indigenous grounds, and if that's the case, perhaps he could be given, or the Qantas group could be asked to vacate under the Enclosed Lands Act. This is Vic. Anyway. More news this week. The Voice. Now, The Voice is the voice you're not allowed to have if you don't agree with the proposed voice. That's right. You can have a voice if you agree. But if you say anything against the voice, or not agreeing with the voice, or asking what's it about, or more simple questions, you're bullied, called racist, and all sorts of nasty things. So just remember this: the voice, which all eligible people are required to vote on very soon, the voice is the voice you're not allowed to have if the voice isn't something that you support. If you support it, you can say whatever you like, you can ridicule people. There was even a professor, a so-called professor, who's supposed to have more degrees than a thermometer, like some people I know, and yet this educated fool has done berate and accuse anyone that dares to disagree with the proposed voice. As for me, I don't know why we just don't have a treaty and take into consideration whatever Indigenous people have received over many years. That's what I think. But you can have a voice with me. Email on the bottom, write, tell me what you think, and if you want to support the program, you're more than welcome to do this. I see where there's more gangland shootings in Sydney. Now this is, in fact, we've got very strict gun controls. We've got all new forces and groups and all sorts of people knocking down doors and all the rest of it. But they're still shooting. Pretty sad if they plug the wrong people. Pardon the dark humour there. Maybe the police could have done a bit better earlier. If they know who these people are and they're knocking on doors, why haven't they knocked on doors before? But you know, far be it from me to criticise the magnificent law enforcement fraternity. And on a final note on this afternoon, or arvo as we say down here in Oz, is it true that the romance between Meghan and Harry could have cracks in it? No, not those. The ones that live up the road here. See ya.